Some more mic issues this morning, so I guess we're going to have to figure out another mic situation. But we've got the 4Runner flipped around. Yeah. So here's what it looks like at full bump because it has no front springs. So yeah, we were able to put all four wheels and tires on it, rolled it out. It doesn't have brakes on it, so we didn't even start it up. I just moved it around with a forklift. That's what the front looks at full bump, and that's what the rear suspension is, just it being it. So fortunately, it's making it harder for me. I'm gonna have to do something with the rear suspension. It already has blocks on the rear lifting it up. I wanna say it's like 4-inch lift blocks on it. It sits level with the front end being at full bump, and the front end's gonna be roughly 5 inches taller than that. So looks like I'm having to do a lot of rear suspension work. So what I'll probably end up doing is we've got tons of like 3rd gen Tacoma rear leaf springs, just like takeoffs from people who upgrade their stuff, and I keep them for projects like this. So we're gonna convert the rear of this to 3rd gen Tacoma rear leaf springs, which also gives me a ton of options as far as like add leaves and stuff down the future if we need it. And luckily I've done these quite a bit in the past, so I have a lot of files, so I should be able to just print off files that I already have and do that. But to get the rear started, I gotta rebuild that rear axle, so I'll show you that in a second. But what's really cool is I got the front done. Front is completely done, including our steering dampener. So bracket, made that guy on the plasma table. It's welded to the frame. It holds the rad flow steering dampener on it. Like I said, front end's completely done, minus brake lines, which I'm just gonna get brake lines made for the front and rear at the same time. So that's not happening. And there was something else. Brake lines, oh, drive shafts, but we don't know about drive shafts yet. The front drive shaft factory one almost works, but it's like, I could bolt it up, but it'd only be like an inch of engagement to the splines because we moved the axle so far forward. So I'll get a front drive shaft made. Rear drive shaft, don't know. Might be able to use the factory one. I also have like 4Runner drive shafts and Tacoma drive shafts sitting around back anyways too. So maybe one of those will line up and be the right distance. I know the bolt pattern's the same, but we'll just have to see if the distance is right. So let's get over to this rear axle, show what I have to do. Obviously we have the rear axle tore apart. This is out of a 2.5 gen Tacoma. So I believe it is like 8 3/4. But as you can see, it's all nasty and cruddy. No idea what the other one is. This one's not as bad, but we're gonna rebuild them both. So over here on the table, we have all the parts to rebuild axles, including the rear hub assemblies, which have to get pressed on and off, new rear brakes, all the fun stuff. So let's get our tool, wherever the heck it is around here in my disaster of a work area right now. I don't know where my axle tool is. There it is, it's right there. Right there in front of me, look at that. Axle tool to pull those bearings off, put it in the press. But I think first I'm gonna clean this whole disaster of an area up. All right, about an hour later, these are done. Driver's side and passenger side. But I have to go work on some other stuff in the shop. So I'm not sure when I'm gonna be done and get back to this project. Welcome back. I'm getting behind on videos again. I was doing really good, but I haven't been able to work on the little 4Runner in a while. So let's catch you guys back up. I think we put the diff in last. Done quite a bit since then. So let me show you what we have. Got done with a project right here. This is a rear bumper with a swing out for like a Ford I believe it's an E350 camper van over there. Hard to see because it won't focus, but there it goes. Made a rear bumper for that guy, which is right here. So I'm gonna drop it off at powder coat here in a little bit when they open. But what I've done since then is we have the 4Runner flipped around in the shop. The whole rear end is ripped out of it. It's sitting outside. I've even got the mounts cut off of it and everything. But what the problem I've ran into is she kind of wants to flip forward on the lift, because you can see my ratchet strapped tire there and the tire sitting on top, because the lift arms on these frames, you can see how close they are together. So that's an issue. It's not too big of an issue because it's pretty stable, but the problem would be was the 3rd gen Tacoma rear leafs that we are going with, getting the center pin right here where it needs to live, which is off that black mark, which is also the yellow mark there on the frame. The front needs to be there. And you can see that's a problem because the lift arm is there. So what we have to do is, like my blue mini truck that I had years ago, is make sliders, and we lift the truck up by the sliders on the lift, because one, we can make it go wider, or the lift arms can spread out more so it's more stable on the lift. And then 2 is the arms are completely out of the way now, so the whole frame is available to make mounts and such. And it's kind of the same problem with the front we had when we were making the front. The lift arm wants to go there, but we have to put it back here behind the transmission crossmember because our mount's there. So this is going to help us. I probably should have done this from the get-go, but I didn't. I was going to do the sliders after we got it painted, just so they weren't in the way when we were painting, but here we are, we're doing it again. While we're talking about that, while I do have a tube bender and can obviously bend and make things out of tube, I would have, I don't know, half to 3/4 a day realistically cutting everything out and bending it and welding it. So instead, we just go to our friends over at Trail Gear, who also made the bumpers, the rear bumper and the front bumper, which is still on it, because sometimes you just can't beat buying it. So I bought, I believe it's the 64 or the 67 is what it looks like, kit from them. Can't beat the price. I mean, honestly, for what they're selling this thing for, it's just one of those things that, that's the part number right there. You just can't beat just buying it sometimes. So let's cut these open and see what we got. I believe the side is fully welded and you just have to weld the arms. I don't think it comes with plates, but we will see what we have. All right, let's hold one of these guys up so you can see what we're gonna be looking like. Luckily, the lift arms are about perfect. Oh, that's gonna be beautiful. Right there. Fits the back perfect too. Adjust this for you. That's gonna be awesome. Love that. But what I need to do now is make the plates They give you tubes. They're all cut to the same length, but you have to put the tubes here over to the frame. That goes in there, but that goes over the frame. What you want to do with your tubes is on your frame, you want a plate. You don't want to weld the tube right to the frame because the frames aren't that thick and it's only that surface area you're welding to. If you do like a big plate, it welds to that plate, which is usually like 1/4 inch, 3/16 plate, and then that spreads the load out through the entire frame. And then you also want a little gusset to keep it from trying to bend it as well. All right, here we go. All right, while the plasma table was running, got the sliders set up here and the truck dropped down to about ride height. I have them set at an angle. I think I'm liking the angle look on them. About 1 inch for the door to open. So if they do bend up a little bit, you got room to play with. I'm liking the angled look, so I think that's what we'll do. Well, it's in the afternoon now after lunch. Ultimate weld test / truss exercise is weld some sliders on and then pick it up by the sliders. But now I don't have lift arms in the way, so we can continue cleaning up the frame and weld some suspension on. So sliders look great. Bring it down to show you guys what they look like. All right, so that's about ride height. So they sit even with the body, which is kind of what I wanted because the tires stick out about 6 inches anyways. So we're only worried about protecting the body and the doors near the sliders. All this gets protected by tires sticking out. And then they're angled, and we got about 1 inch, 1.25 inches of door clearance. So, look good. Really like them. That's gonna be it for this video. Thanks for watching. See you guys later. Bye.